get Austin news on demand at newsradioklbj.com.
You have a voice.
Eventually, they're going to try and take down the Constitution.
So use it right here.
And that's when the next civil war in this country is going to happen.
The Todd and Don Show is on the air. Here are Todd and Don.
Yeah, you can jump in here at 512-836-0590. And I hate to do it, but we're beginning with some tragic news. 2 people killed in, run over by cars, one on I-35 and the other on 290.
Yeah.
2 completely separate accidents here.
Right,
and
right.
a very similar situation. Update us on the situation on 35 near Breaker.
Northbound 35 before Breaker, we had basically a car hit somebody, and somebody trying to cross 35 there, and the end.
Yeah.
It was not good.
And then over on 290, right?
290, we have 290 East westbound approaching 183, a wreck there. We have a death related to that as well. But northbound 35 is open again, but still some bad delays associated with that.
Tragedy, you got death, you got delays, and I'm just curious, were both of these men homeless folks crossing I-35? I'm just curious. I mean, is it? I know it's not safe to assume that in both situations, but my gut tells me that they were probably homeless people crossing the interstate, because that seems to be the reputation here in town.
Listen, you and I talked to the chief right in here, the police chief, and he pretty much confirmed that our suspicions usually are generally true when it comes to that. It's somebody that might not even know that they're in the middle of I-35, and it's an unfortunate byproduct of our homeless situation.
Well, listen, that may be Mayor Adler's game plan all along to solve our homeless problem. I mean, he hasn't said that, but it sure feels that way, right? It seems like death on our roads when it comes to homeless folks crossing the interstate has become greater over the past 6 weeks.
There's no doubt about it.
I can think of 8 in the past 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I may be wrong on that number, but I'm not far off. Maybe 6 to 8, somewhere in there.
Well, and then if you go farther back than that, looking over the past couple of years, it's been extraordinary, the amount of these kinds of incidents we've had. And the first thing that we always think, I bet it's a homeless guy. And sure enough, that's usually the case.
Well, listen, it was about 3 or 4 years ago. I was driving down 183 South on my way to the radio station, not too far over there from Capital of Texas.
Yeah.
Just as you go underneath Capital of Texas. Kind of dark in that area at the time it was.
Right.
And no exaggeration, I'm coming down the center lane, 65 miles an hour, and just out of the blue, there was a guy standing in the middle of the road, no shirt, just wearing shorts, barefoot, and standing there with his arms in the air. He wanted me to hit him. He was looking to be hit.
Right.
He was trying to kill himself.
Right.
Via my car.
Wanted you to participate in a suicide.
And thank God there were no other cars nearby. I was able to swerve and get out of the way, but I had to pull over, man. It made me nauseous. My hands were shaking.
I can only imagine.
Call the police, and it's very tragic.
Well, I can't tell you how many times coming to work in the morning for me as well, going Cesar Chavez to 35, where there's a big homeless camp right there at Cesar Chavez and 35 under the overpass there. I have to keep my eyes peeled because there'll be zombies. They're zombies just kind of walking around.
Yeah, and that's the homeless folks. We're not talking about the late-night scooters either.
No.
Yeah,
that's a whole different deal.
It is 6:09. Stay with us. Coming up at 6:20 in business news, El Patio is making a comeback. They are rising from the Phoenix, rising from the fire, or rising from the queso. Well, it's explained
true.
coming up at 6:20. Right now, time for the Rush Update.
The president